I just got this letter. It looks like it's from the parole board, man. I'm kind of nervous about even opening it up, man. Even though I done everything they recommended me to do, but I done got in a couple fights, couple write-ups. I open this letter and they tell me that I'm not going home. I don't know what I'm gonna do, bro. See, let me read this letter. The Department of Corrections has unanimously parole. Yeah, hell yeah, man, parole. Yeah, I'm going home. I'm never gonna get down on myself, but damn, I don't got a driver's license. They tell me that it may be months before I get a license in the mail. I can't even find a job without a driver's license, but I'ma still remain positive. Ain't no such thing as you can't come out here and find a job. I've been home literally 5 days and I already got a job. It's at Burger King. It's not the best job in the world, but it's a job and it will allow me to provide for myself and work my way up, man. I'm so happy, man. Yo, once again is on. Back at you one more again. REALKENZ in the house like motherfucking kitchen sinks. Before I even get into this afternoon's video, I like to salute everybody that watches my videos. Everybody that's leaving the positive comments. Even the comments that are not necessarily agreeing with me. Because I'm not above correction by any stretch of the imagination. And I watch these comments. I read these comments and it's just like, wow, man, it kind of brings tears to my eyes because people are genuinely feeling my videos, man. I've had people tell me like, Kenz, man, you really don't even call me REALKENZ. Kenz, man, because we all friends. Kenz. And you got me through my work shift. Kenz. I was thinking about diving off the deep end, but I started watching your videos and I realized that wasn't for me. Kenz. I've been incarcerated 8 years, 13 years, 20 years. Everything that you're saying relates to me. It's genuine because I've been through the system. So I know that what you're talking about, it feels as though you're talking to me specifically. That's the benefit of telling true stories opposed to just making up stories for views. Views equals money. Don't get me wrong. I like money like the next person. But I'm never going to get on here and just make up stories. I'm not knocking anyone that does that to feed their family, to, whatever they want to do. As far as what they, financially or what have you. But that's just not how I'm built, man. I'm going to come on here and I'm going to tell you the real truth. Certain places, certain situations I was at. Certain situations I'm narrating. But it's from credible sources. I don't just get on here and just tell stories. And if I do tell a story, as far as me not having any affiliation with the individuals involved, I'll look at it and I'll dissect the story and I'll let you all know that I wasn't there, and I'll give you a story as far as my perspective, my point of view. So I just want to salute everybody that watches me, man. I'm definitely appreciative. And I just strive to get better every day. But I really want to help people. I want to help the youth. Stay out of these prisons. Stay out of these early graves. Stay out of these streets. But it's not just the youth. Anybody that'll listen, I want to help and inspire. Because I've been at the bottom of the barrel, man. And when I say the bottom of the barrel, I literally mean the bottom of the barrel. But with that being said, there is a message. There is a message. Now, I'm the self-proclaimed Mr. 30 Minutes or Better. Meaning, all of my videos are 30 minutes or better. So if you're on your way to work, at work, trying to get through your shift, you really don't feel like being there. You're on your way from work. You're trying to lay down, take a nap, go to sleep at night. You need a laugh. You need a cry. Or you just need a genuine 100% penitentiary story, then I'm your guy. Okay, but Kenz, you don't even use real names. So what? The story's real, so that's all that matters. So you all have to understand that, and sometimes I do use real names. You all have to understand that I'm still out here in this community. You see? So when I'm telling these stories, man, I can't just be putting people's business out there like that and using their real names. I could put their stories and their situations as far as what occurred. But I can't just, say everybody's real name. Stupid is as stupid does. Y'all rock with me. Now, if you notice, I do have my favorite team since childhood. I was a little disappointed in them last year. I was very disappointed. I contemplated, finding another team. I like them Steelers too. I'm not even gonna lie. Well, Kenz, how you like the Steelers and the Cowboys? I just do. I don't like Jerry Jones. I don't like Stephen Jones. I don't like the whole, administrative staff or what have you. But at the same time, I'm still a Cowboys fan. I know it's 85 degrees today, but guess what? I got air conditioning in my car. So if you hear a little noise or what have you, it's just the air blowing. Pause. Cowboys, we're going to do our thing this year. But with no further ado, the soliloquy, the monologue has been long enough. Let's get into today's selection. Like we in church. Let's get into this morning's selection. Actually, it's not morning, it's afternoon. But you get what I'm trying to say. Last time I got out of penitentiary. And his story really, really resonates. So, because people, they want to know more about me. I've told stories about myself early on, but I wasn't getting, I was getting 37, 38 views, 15 views, maybe 80 views, 100 views if I was lucky. Hey, and I'm appreciative for whatever views that I get, 15, 100, 80, whatever it may be. But now that I'm getting, a little bit more views, the people want to know. Well, tell us something about you, REALKENZ. Let us know about you. You tell us stories about everybody else, but give us some insight on you. I got out of penitentiary, man. And I was so happy prior to getting out. They let you know if you made parole or not, obviously. So I get that letter. I never will forget, man. So I'm gonna paint a picture and I'm gonna take you back. I'm on my way after 6 o'clock count. They count at 6 o'clock. They count several times a day, but they count at 6 o'clock. Counter usually clear. I say counter usually clear at about 6:40. Then we can stay out on the yard until, if it's summertime, we can stay out till about 9, close to 9. Probably like 8:50. And I get this letter, like I'm walking down to the count cleared. I'm walking to the gym. But before I leave the building, they say, hey, you got mail. I got mail? Okay, cool. I come in, the officer gives me the letter. When he gives me the letter, I figure that it's my parole decision. See, in Kentucky, you don't really see the parole board. They're going to review your prison file. What you're in there for, what you've done since you've been in there, your prior history, any type of write-ups that you may have. Have you followed the Department of Corrections recommendations as far as the classes, courses, and things of that nature that they recommended you to take? But you don't really get to see the parole board. The only people that see the parole board face to face are the individuals that have like the higher felony charges, the murders, the certain grape charges, the robberies, the Class B and Class A's. Class B carries 10 to 20, and Class A carries 20 to life. Even though you can have 18 years, you still might not see the parole board because it depends on which felony you were actually convicted of. So he gives me the letter. I know that it's my decision. Department of Corrections. Man. Now, mind you, this particular time, now y'all rock with me, man. You know I'm Mr. 30 minutes or better. You know I'm long-winded. Ladies, you know I'm long-winded. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm just joking. But I'm just joking. Rock with me. And so, I'm looking at this letter and I don't even want to open it. They done gave me an 18-month deferment, which means a deferment, we call it a flop. Basically what that means is, once they review your file and they say, give us 18 more months. And this is what we recommend you do. Even though you may have done everything that they've already recommended you to do, they'll tell you to do, certain other things. So I had already gotten an 18-month deferment. Then I went up again. Got in a fight. They gave me 9 more months on top of the 18 months. So what's that, 27 months? And then I initially did like 6 months before I even seen the parole board. So it's 33 months. Open the letter, man. On my way to the gym. Every night, nearly every night, that was my workout time. After 6 o'clock count cleared at about 6:40, I go to the gym. Me and a couple dudes. Sometimes they didn't show up. I'm there by myself. I'm working out. I'm getting it in. Open the letter. I go straight to the bottom of the letter. Forget the top of the letter, because at the bottom of the letter, they'll highlight their decision. I look at it. Unanimous decision for parole. Man, I'm so happy, man. I'm talking about, man, I had a pep in my step after I read that letter. You heard me? I'm reading the letter on my way to the gym. Now, the gym probably took me, it was a long walk. A prison campus is long. It's a big, I said a prison campus, but it's more so like a college. Hold on, I don't like the way that came out. A prison is similar to a college campus. It's huge. It would take me a good 10 to 12 minutes just to get to the gym. I was hell walking to the gym in the wintertime, man. And it's 5 degrees outside or below 5. And you got to walk all that, you know what I'm saying, the 10, 12, 15 minutes, however long it took to get to the gym. But hey, I had to get it in. Like my Cowboys, we going to get it in this year, man. Y'all stop hating, man. Y'all 49er fans. Y'all primarily the 49er fans. Giants fans. Man, y'all quit hating on the Cowboys, okay? America's team. Rock with me. Got a pep in my step, man. I probably lifted more that day in the gym than I ever lifted, man. I'm crunk. I'm hyped. Tear the club up. Tear the club up. I'm ready to tear the club. I'm ready to tear the gym up. I'm so happy, man. Takes a couple weeks. Actually, it took me about 3 weeks before I was actually released back onto the streets. They let me know, call your people, call your family. Can they be here by, 2 o'clock or what have you? You going home today? Oh, man, that's the best feeling in the world. You're going home today. Now, mind you, I did 33 months. This is the shortest amount of time in the 3 times that I was locked up in the penitentiary. The Kentucky Department of Corrections. This is my least amount of time that I ever did. Just shy of 3 years, 33 months. I don't know how to really control myself, but I'm remaining calm. I'm remaining cool, calm, and collective. Because a lot of guards, COs, they'll put you in a trick bag. They know you made parole. They'll hit you with a write-up if they don't like you. Now you get hit with a write-up. They take your case back before the parole board. Oh, Mr. Kenz, he don't respect his blessings. Oh, but he will. Oh, yeah, he will. Give him 12 more months to think about it. And you ain't even did nothing, man. Just the COs can just say any and everything to hinder you as far as going home. So I remain humble. I'm a humble dude anyway, man. I ain't really have too many problems with the COs. For whatever reason, man, wherever I go, like I really don't have a problem getting along with people. You see what I'm saying? So at any rate, I do my little 3 weeks or whatever. I come home. Only person that's there waiting for me rather at the gate is my mother. My friends. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking my friends because they had picked me up prior, previous times, if you will. But one thing about a mother, man, she ain't never gonna leave you. My mother's there at the gate to pick me up. I come home, I'm so happy, man. I'm ecstatic. Because when I get out on parole, I got a lot of time. The parole board really could have played with me. Now, when I say played with me, for you all that never been to prison, I had another 8-9 years left on my sentence. They didn't have to let me go. They could have, give him another 12 months. Give him another 6 months. Give him another 18 months. I've seen them do that several times. Now, typically, that's, on a violent charge. Something that's, my charges weren't violent by any stretch of the imagination. But at the same time, I'm no better than anybody else. Nobody else. I was a criminal. I'm so happy when I come home. I got about roughly $130 to my name. And the only reason that I had that is because I had an outside job, which means you work outside of the compound and you get paid more than anybody else working within the compounds. Unless you're like a special detail person. You ride the backhoe or you drive the backhoe. I said you ride the backhoe. You know what? Pause. You don't ride no backhoe. You drive the backhoe, or you're doing certain things for the prison like painting, or just certain jobs that the average individual can't do. So they make $200, $300 a month. But for the most part, if you just a regular, like a janitor, or you work in a gym as a rec aide, or you weed eating and mowing and things of that nature, landscaping, you're gonna make about $26, $27 a month. Well, once I knew that I was going home, I knew I was going up for parole. So what I did is I started to kind of go to the commissary a little less. But you got to go to the commissary because you'll starve. But nevertheless, I walked out of the door. I had $130 on my card. They give you a card when you walk out. Home, good to see my moms. Everything is everything. I'm happy. I'm no longer in prison. You come home and it's just like, okay. I look around and I start to evaluate my situation. I don't have a car. I had a truck prior to going in, but the transmission had went out probably a couple weeks before I went in. I took it to the shop, and the truck I never went back and got it because I ended up going into jail, taken into jail, and that's how I lost my truck. The young lady that I was with, we was kind of on the up, and she wasn't trying to keep going through that. It was my second time with her. She hung in there as long as she could, but there's a certain time to where you just have to be accountable and just understand, don't nobody want to be with no jailbird. If you got a woman like my dog Nate G 219 always tells me, he told his wife, and y'all go check out Nate G 219. He got a prison channel, excellent content. He's out of Indiana. And he talks about how he told his wife to leave, but she wouldn't go nowhere. Baby, I don't even want to put you through this. Just leave. Just leave. I don't even want to. She kept showing up. So again, shout out to Nate G 219. I didn't have that situation. And again, I'm not shaming her. I'm not knocking her because I take all the accountability. I went to prison, not her. I went to prison. Why should she have to sit around and wait on a guy that's in prison, and then when he comes back home, have you truly changed? Or are you going to do it again? So again, I don't knock her whatsoever. But getting back to the subject at hand, I didn't have a woman when I came home. I didn't have a vehicle. I had $130 to my name, but I had that family support. And no clothes, because she had moved during the time I was locked up because she couldn't maintain, because she made her own money. She worked hard and things of that nature. It's not like I was keeping her afloat or anything like that. But somehow a lot of my clothes ended up being missing, but she gave me a lot of my clothes back. But for whatever reason, it was like winter clothes. I got out in the summertime, so I ain't have nothing. Good old moms comes through, man. Picks me up. We go home. We eat. She done cook me, she done cook for me. My daughter comes over. At the time, my daughter was maybe, 20. My daughter comes over. It's Father's Day weekend, man. She says the best gift that I could ever have. Well, it's Father's Day for me, but it was a gift to her. Actually, it was a gift to me, too. To get out on Father's Day weekend, nothing better. She gives me like an envelope, got a card or whatever. It's $40 in it. I never will forget. No. Here, no, Dad, keep it. No, I don't want you. No. So we go back and forth or whatever. So she insists that I keep the $40. We end up going to Walmart. Go to Walmart. I'm able to get certain things that I need. shirts, underclothes, just whatever, hygiene things of that nature. Then I leave there and I go get me some shoes. Remember, I don't have nothing. Go get me some shoes. Then I go get me a phone or whatever. Well, I didn't have enough money to do all of that with $130 plus the 40 she gave me. But again, good old mom, she was there for me. She helped me out or whatever. So now I have these things. Got about $60 left. I got about $60 left. Now there's a reason that I'm breaking everything down and letting you all know every intricacy and every detail as far as when I first got out of prison. Because in Kentucky, when you get out of prison, man, they'll send your ass out with nothing. If you don't got a dime on your account, that's what you're going to leave out with. They'll give you a bus ticket, but the thing about it, the bus ticket's not even guaranteed to take you home. So for instance, say you live 300 miles away. Well, this bus, they'll give you a ticket, but this bus may only go 230 miles. Well, that still leaves me 70 more miles. How I'm going to get there? I don't know. Get there the best way you can. Only thing we know is you better report to go see this parole officer first thing in the morning. Unless it's a Friday, and then you don't have to go and see your PO until Monday. That's how they do you. Just kick you out, man. Nothing. So if you don't got that family support that I have, shit out of luck. That's why the recidivism rate is so high. Recidivism, the rate that, people return back to prison because you're kicked out into society with nothing. But you got the jerks that'll say, well, if you don't break the law, then you don't have to deal with that. Man, shut the fuck up. Because half you weirdos break the law. Half you weirdos is watching teen, I'm not even going to say it on YouTube because I don't want to get struck. But you all can put two and two together. Half you weirdos is cheating on your wives. Half you weirdos is cheating on your taxes and writing stuff off that you didn't really. See, all of that stuff is felony. But when you're doing it and you haven't been caught, or you just thinking, well, I'm not robbing, I'm not stealing, I'm not doing this, I'm not selling dope, you think that you're better than somebody else, but really you're not. Most people commit felonies, and they may not necessarily know that it's a felony, but they know that it's not on the up and up. Y'all rock with me, because this is going to be the realest motherfucking video that I ever put out this bitch. And so, it's just one of those things to where, and again, I'm not playing victim. I want to stress that. I'm not playing victim, because you shouldn't break the law. You should do the right thing. Most people were taught and brought up with integrity, and you know that if you do this is going to happen. You see what I'm saying? We know that. Same way we know if you touch this stove, it's hot, it's going to burn the shit out of you. But guess what? How many people end up touching the stove anyway? Several. And when you come home from prison, man, it's just, you're so happy initially. It's kind of like the honeymoon phase. Not to say that everybody doesn't remain happy in a marriage or a new relationship or what have you, but once things start to kind of, settle in, and, you get to recognizing who that person really, really is, then you're able to determine, like, wow, okay, it's cool. I didn't know this initially, but that's cool. Same way when coming home from prison, man. You're happy initially, but then reality, that's the word I was looking for, reality sets in. I'm out. Like I said, I'm happy. I'm looking for a job. I got a new attitude. My whole perspective is just totally different at this point. I'm older. I'm wiser now. I was in prison reading my Bible. I'm talking to the OGs. I'm really, really taking a look at myself, man. I'm taking a look at this star. See what I'm saying? I'm taking a look at myself, and I'm like, no, it's not everybody else. It's not my ex. It's not my mother. It's not my friends. It's not the police. It's not the detectives. It's not the judge, the prosecutors. It's not the snitches. There's plenty of them. It's me. It's me. It's me. put yourself in that scenario, that situation, then this is the situation that you're going to deal with. I get out there, man. Because I get out on a Friday. Like I said, it's Father's Day weekend. I'm looking for a job. One problem. I don't have an ID. I go to the, the county clerk or what have you, trying to get an ID. And at the time, I don't even remember what I was missing. I had to have something that I didn't have to get an ID. So now they tell me it's going to take, X amount of days to get this, I don't know if it's a social security card. I don't remember. So at the time while I'm waiting to get all of this handled, I'm looking for a job. Kind of hard to get a job without a identification. I'm going everywhere. Forget the internet. I'm hitting it. I'm pounding the pavement, man. I'm going to I'm going to White Castles. I'm going to fast food. I'm going to factories. Everybody tells me the same thing. I have to have that ID. Now, I had an ID on my phone. It was like a picture of my ID. And it was still, like, my license was still valid. But they wouldn't take that. They needed a physical copy. And y'all rock with me, man, because I'm going somewhere with this story, man. You in a rush? Because if you're in a rush, this is not the story for you. But if you want to just kick back and, like I said previously, just rock with me. Shout out to all the truck drivers out there. I get a whole lot of comments from truck drivers. REALKENZ, man. Again, call me Kenz. But they say REALKENZ, man. You don't even know, man. You helped me get through my shift, man. I was falling asleep, man. I was not necessarily falling asleep, but I was sleepy. And I didn't know exactly how I was going to get through and make my load and make my time or what have you. And lo and behold, I cut on REALKENZ. And he got me through. He got me motivated. He got me inspired. And I was all of a sudden, man, I just woke up and, I was able to complete my load in the time frame that I needed to complete it in. Sometimes, man, I feel as though I'm an inspiration. I try to be anyway. I try to be an inspiration. Y'all remember in the movie Rocky? He's cut. See, he's not a machine. He's a man. Yeah, that's real life reality. That inspired Rocky. Rocky got up and beat the Russians' ass. Y'all rock with me, man. So I'm pounding the pavement, man, but I'm still not getting discouraged. I'm looking for a job. Nobody hired me. Because not only am I a 3-time felon, 3-time loser, I don't even got an identification. I go on to Burger King. I never will forget, man. I didn't know this person. I didn't know this individual. The manager at Burger King, Frankie. Filling out my application or whatever. Interviews me right there on the spot. The Spizzot. I'm going to go on and hire you. Something about you. I'm going to go on and hire you. I need your ID. I need you. Listen, I got an ID, but it's on my phone. I just got out of prison. I had already mentioned that. And I'm having trouble getting my ID. I've been looking for a job. I'm pounding the pavement. Like I said, Monday, I'm pounding the pavement. This was on probably Wednesday. I get out on a Friday. Let me retract. I get out on a Friday. The whole weekend, I can't really do much because it's the weekend. Monday, first thing, I'm pounding the pavement. This is on Wednesday when I'm at Burger King. Well, this is what I need you to do. I'm going to still hire you. But as soon as you get your ID, because I'm not supposed to do this, and I'm not just telling you this to try to make it like I'm some sort of hero. I'm legitimately not supposed to do this. But I'm going to take your ID. I'm going to make a copy of it as far as the ID that's on your phone. But as soon as you get your real ID and your social security card, because I ain't even have my social security card, I need you to bring that to me. It's for payroll, and it helps me, and cool, no problem. I'm so happy with myself, man. Now, the average, I'm not even going to say the average person, but some people may look at it, if you will, and be like, you're happy to get a job at Burger King? Yeah, because those are the small-minded people. You got to understand that. Prior to that, man, you know what my attitude was as far as working? Fuck a job. That was my attitude. That was my demeanor. I watched my mother work at the blood center, the Kentucky Blood Center, for 19 years. I ain't had no daddy coming up, man. I had a dad. I knew who he was. But he didn't bother. He didn't bother me. I watched my mother struggle. Just give me a second. I watched my mother struggle to raise me and did an excellent job. Never talked bad about my father. Never. And, you know, I came up, went to school, got decent grades, played sports, basketball, baseball, football, soccer, all these things. And she could never really come to my games. And when I was younger, I didn't understand. She was busy working 2 jobs to raise me. I always heard her voice in my head. So anytime I was going to do something wrong or thought about doing something wrong, really, to be honest, as a kid, I never really thought about doing too much wrong. Now, I had a couple instances where I did do wrong. Don't get me wrong. But my mother's voice was always in my head. So I never got in trouble as a juvenile. I never had no arrest, no run-ins with the law, none of that stuff. Now, y'all wanted the real Kens, so don't complain about the video being too long, because I'm giving you me. I'm giving you the real Kens. There was one instance that I went to, which is known as Target in Kentucky. I don't know if Targets are everywhere. I'm sure they are. Just like Walmart's everywhere. But back in the day, it was called Go Circles. And a friend convinced me to go to Go Circles. And this was so long ago. This was when Michael Jackson and all the stars did We Are the World. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. That's how long ago that was. I go to Gold Circles. I steal a We Are the World tape. Wasn't CDs in it, was tapes. They had the fat shoelaces. This is the fat shoelace, like the yellow, orange, green, the bright shoelaces that you put in your tennis shoes. I stole probably about 4 or 5 packs of shoelaces. We Are the World tapes. A couple other things that I really don't remember. Well, my mother ended up finding out that I did that, because by the time we got back to the project, you know what I'm saying, where we were staying at or what have you, where we lived at, my mother had been screaming and calling my name. It was dark. I was supposed to be home. Got my ass beat when I walked in. I got my ass beat when I came in the house. But I knew my mother was probably looking for me, so I took my items that I stole from Gold Circles and stashed them. I'll come back and get these tomorrow, because I know I'm going to be messed around tonight when I go home. Sure indeed, got my ass whooped. Next day, my mom's gone to work. I come out of school. I go to my stash where I stash the items at. I grab all my stuff, put it in my jacket. I'm laughing. I'm walking home, because it wasn't too far. I'm walking back to the building. I'm on punishment. I can't go out for forever. I'm on punishment forever. I'm walking back to the building with my auntie. She lives right below us. We're on the 3rd floor. My auntie lives on the bottom floor. Her and my little cousin. My 2 little cousins, actually. I'm walking in the building. I'm thinking that I'm clear. I'm good. My auntie's coming out of the doors. I'm walking in the door to the building. Y'all rock with me. She's like, what you doing outside? I know you're on punishment. My mother, it was like 9 or 10 of them. More than that. I say my mother probably had 10 or 11 brothers and sisters. Came from nothing. Poor. Didn't get nothing for Christmas. I'm talking about nothing. Came from the mud. All in the same household. Not no, okay, I got a brother here. I got 2 sisters in this state, this city. No, all under one roof. So all my aunties and my uncles, everybody was close-knit. Sure, they went through it. They had problems, what have you. But everybody was close. What you doing out of this house? Oh, nothing, auntie. I just came outside for a second. I'm going right back in right now. But hold on. Why you got this jacket on? This is back in the day when Michael Jackson jackets was out. Yeah, the Thriller jackets with the zippers everywhere on the jacket. I had a black Michael Jackson jacket on. It had the zippers everywhere. If you all too young to understand this, Google it. The Michael Jackson jackets, Thriller jackets. I had a black one. They sold a red one, a black one, and I believe a white one. Silver or white. It's like 85, 90 degrees outside. Why you got this jacket on? I don't know. I like my Michael Jackson jacket, auntie. I'm young. I'm probably, I don't know, because we moved out of them housing projects. I was probably 10 at the time, 9. What you got in that jacket? She opens my jacket. She sees all the items that I had taken from Gold Circles, which is now Target. I begged her not to tell my mother. I begged her. She whooped my ass. She whooped me. Then when my mama came home, I got another ass whooping. My mother takes me up to, she calls up to Gold Circle, asks to speak to the manager the next day. She takes me in, makes me return all the items that I stole. And I had to talk to the manager. And he was like, I could call the police on you right now. And after that, I never did anything illegal. From that point on, probably at 9, 10 years old until 21. There's a big gap. And so, it was just like, wow, man. At the time, I'm mad at my mom. Like, how could you do this? You try to send me to jail? But it was all out of love, man. Everything that she did for me was out of love. Well, Kenz, you're all over with this story, man. Get to the story, man. Shut the fuck up. Respectfully. I'm not all over the place. A TV show, a movie, or what have you, they'll go here, and here, just to come back to here. I know what I'm doing. You say that you wanted the real Kenz. You say that you really, really wanted to know about me and the things that I endured and the things that I went through, and this is what it is. This is how I got to the point of where I'm at now. That's why I hate when people say, oh, well, when kids do the wrong thing or they veer left, oh, it's the parents. No, sometimes it's the parents, but it's not always the parents. You can teach a kid and teach a kid and teach a kid. But at the end of the day, a kid is going to go and do what they do. It's just what it is, man. So, I'm in this situation now, like I said. Got the job. And from an individual that was like, fuck a job, I'm happy to have a job. But I'm only making $8.50 an hour. $8.50 an hour. And I'm not even getting a full 40 hours. But again, I'm not complaining. Because I didn't even have to be hired here. I could be making $0 an hour. Because I ain't have an ID. I'm going to work every day. I have to be at work at like 4 o'clock. I think Burger King closed at 11. I'm working 4 to 11. It's 4 to close. So it takes probably 35, 45 minutes to close. Basically 4 to 12. Basically. I'm like, man, I'm cool. But I got to get something else. I never will forget, man. I called this company and I told them my situation. And they say, well, come down here. We'll hook you up with a job. They did. Miss Zelma, I believe that was her name. She hired me to come in and wash dishes in the morning. Monday through Friday. I had to be there at 9, get off at 3. Cool. Then I go to Burger King from 4 to close. I'm so happy. I'm making my own money. I'm not doing no dirt. I'm cool. Everything is going well for me. They got me as a cook. I ain't really worked fast food like that before. I worked at restaurants, but I've never really worked fast food as far as cooking and things of that nature. This video might be 3 hours. I don't know. Might be, might not be. But y'all rock with me. Shout out to Jason V too, man. Hope you and your family's doing well, man. I know you was under the weather. Shout out to you, man. Everything is going well for me. I'm saving my money. I'm not gambling. I'm not in the streets. I'm not doing anything. I'm stacking. Remember, I'm living at home. Well, if I didn't tell you all that, I just assumed you all knew that. I'm at mom's crib. I'm living at home. I don't got no car. She's letting me use the car. I'm getting back and forth to work. My ex and I, we didn't got back together, and everything is cool. I'm not having no issues. My ID done came in the mail. Well, I done got my ID, and yeah, actually it came in the mail. And so, one particular day, no, before I get there, let me explain this to you. They tell me, you're no longer going to be a cook. We're going to train you on the register. Train me on the register? I really don't want to be on the register. After all, if I'm on the register, now I'm in the forefront. My face is present to everybody. See, as a cook, nobody sees me. Now, I'm happy to have a job, but it's still at the same time, this is my feeble mind frame at the time. Man, I'm working at Burger King. I don't want nobody to see me working at Burger King. I'm working, it's cool, but I'm in the back. I'm cooking your Whoppers. I'm cooking your double cheeseburgers. Burger King, have it your way. However you want it. However you want it, rather. But I don't want to be at the window. Well, we need you at the window, and that's just what it is. So they train me on the window. People's coming through. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to Burger King. Place your order. Yeah, I want a motherfucking, because I'm in the hood Burger King. I ain't at the regular suburb. Yes, hello, how are you doing? I would like to place an order, and I would like to have a double Whopper. No, let me get a motherfucking double Whopper, nigga. No motherfucking cheese and shit, man. Let me get you know what I'm saying? I know that people are going to see me and recognize me and know me. Not to say that everybody knows me, but Lexington's not that big. I'm like, man, this is some bullshit. So, first few days, I'm kind of embarrassed or whatever. But then as time went on, I recognized that people were like really, really respecting, like, hey, bro, I see you, man. I salute. People was tipping me and, you know what I'm saying? As though I was like a waiter or something at a restaurant. Hey, nah, it's $10. Here's your change, $11.60. Nah, keep that, bro. Salute. So, the more and more that I worked the window, the more confident, if you will, that I became. So I worked that window. Go get the money. That's how I took it. I'm getting tips. I'm working the window. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Because this is REALKENZ TV. There are certain times, man, my criminal ways wasn't 100% out of me. So somebody come through and say, hey, man, let me get add a drink on. Add a Whopper on. You paying cash? Okay. $3-4 extra, man, I stuff in him. I make an extra $20 a night working that window. I'm not going to lie to you. I got to keep it real. Allegedly, I did that. I clearly said I did it, but allegedly, I did that. Nothing major, though. About $20, every time I work the window. Nothing major. Kids, do the right thing. Don't do that. And so everything was cool, man. I got my little gig in the morning, washing the dishes. She's cool. She's paying me every week. I got Burger King. I'm getting paid every 2 weeks. My money is growing. You see what I'm saying? I end up getting me a vehicle. I'm working on my credit. Me and my girl's good now. Everything is everything. actually, when I say me and my girl, we weren't together. Key element, I have to tell you all this part, because I never want to contradict myself. We weren't together, but we was cool. We became cordial. We was hooking up and, doing our thing or whatever, but we weren't actually a couple. I'm working the window one day, as I frequently did. Young lady comes through. She got 3 kids in the back. They look probably, if I had to guess, maybe, 3, 5, and 7. Let's just say. They were close in age. And so, I'm waiting on her order, what have you. She's, hey, how you doing? Or whatever. We're engaging as far as conversation or what have you. She's like, man, you kind of cute. Thank you. I appreciate you, whatever. One word led to the next, what have you. Now, mind you, when I'm talking to this young lady, everybody, like when you wear the headsets at a restaurant, at least at Burger King anyway, everybody can hear you. Not everybody, but like the management, if they have the headset on, they can hear you. And so she was like, she ended up giving me a phone number. I got her number. Probably about, 30 minutes later, 45 minutes later, I sent her a text. This is what I said to her. I said, thank you for choosing Burger King. You know what I'm saying? LOL, whatever. I was like, I hope everything tasted well. That's what I said to her. She responded and said, yeah, everything was just fine. Everything was good. I was like, yeah, man, we flew in a special cook from Peru just to cook that whopper and, whatever she ordered for you. Just acting silly, just being, trying to be humorous or what have you. She LOLs, whatever. A couple hours goes past. I'm still on the window. I'm doing my job or whatever. Everything's cool. So I'm in the back, but as I'm coming from the back, I'm walking towards the front. So when I'm walking towards the front, 2 dudes walk in the front door. Y'all rock with me, man. It's going to be a long story, a lengthy story. But I promise you, you're going to be glad that you stuck around. I'm walking from the back, and the 2 dudes walked in, but I'm looking at one dude because he looks like he's the aggressor. He's upset. He's mad. He was like, yeah, who is Kenz? So the person at the front was like, was working the front counter, was like, because you got a front counter and then you got a window. I'm at the window, but then you got an individual working the front counter. Like I said, I'm coming from the back of the store. Who is Kenz? Excuse me? Who? Yeah, who is Kenz? I'm like, what's up, man? I mean, who wants to know? It's the G in me that comes out. Who wants to know? You Kenz? Now, mind you, at the time, this dude already knew who I was. I don't know how he knew. I don't know if he Googled me. I don't know, but he knew who I was. Clearly. Yeah, what's up, man? What's up with you hollering at my wife? Your wife? Who's your wife, sir? Mind you, I ain't been out of prison long. I just barely got an identification at this point. I'm on parole. Who is your wife, sir? Man, you know who my wife is, nigga? I'm like, no, I don't. Like, who is your wife? Like, I don't. So he goes on to explain what he explains or what have you. And it turns out that the woman that had the 3 kids in the back seat was his wife. Me and my wife been together for 12 years, 13 years. We ain't never had a problem. She tells me everything, man. And I know you been texting my wife, nigga. Bitch ass nigga. Sir, I don't know exactly what you're thinking of or what you're, you need to calm down. Calm down. Nah, fuck that shit. Now, at the same time, when he's going through this, You have this other individual that's right beside him. He ain't saying nothing, but he was like, yeah. No, actually, he did say something. He's like, yeah. That's my Charlie Murphy looking motherfucker. Eddie Murphy's brother, if y'all don't know. Yeah, man, that's my sister-in-law. Shit. Okay, it's your sister-in-law, okay. But let's, this is my place of employment, bro. Why you screaming? He's going through it. It's customers in the store. It's not many. It's maybe 2 or 3 customers. So he's going through it. Oh, now my wife is shit, man. And I want to speak to the manager. I want, somebody needs to talk to me about this shit. Because this is, not professional. So he's just talking. I'm just kind of just standing there, man. Because I'm looking at it like, this dude got a gun? He got to have a gun. He don't know who I am. Not that I'm some major street dude. I'm just saying, for you all to approach an individual that you don't know, you have to have some sort of backup. You see what I'm saying? So I'm thinking of these things, and I'm like, I'm remaining calm. He's talking shit. He's talking. The manager's out there. The manager's trying to calm him down. He just wants to keep running. The customers done left. He's talking shit. So finally, man, he just talked so much shit. I said, you know what? Fuck you, nigga. Let's go outside then. Because he was telling me to come outside. I wasn't afraid to go outside, but I'm trying to refrain from that, because I know where that leads to. Penitentiary, you got 40 dudes doing 40, 50, 60 years. I don't walk the loop, walk the yard with, talk to every day. I know where it's going. He don't know, because he's old square bitch ass individual. But I don't want it to go there. I don't got no weapons. I don't got nothing on me. But he just kept running and running and running. Yeah, let's get out. So I go outside. You keep telling me come outside. What's up, man? I come outside. My manager's telling me chill out, calm down. But I'm calm the whole time. But I walk outside. So he's talking to my manager or whatever. Now all of a sudden when I'm outside, the whole demeanor, and I'm not going to say his entire demeanor changes, but part of his demeanor changes. I don't want him to lose his job or nothing like that. But he needs to understand that you just can't be hollering at people's wives. We're a happy family, man. You know what I'm saying? We got 3 kids together. I don't want him to lose his job. But I'm saying maybe y'all can get him some counseling or some. I'm sitting there. I'm hearing everything that he's talking about. But yet I'm watching the other dude, because I wasn't even worried about the dude. The loudest mouth in the room is typically the weakest one in the room. I'm not even so much worried about him. I'm looking at the other dude. Because I'm thinking it's your brother-in-law. He came up here with you, so you probably the shooter. You probably the one that got. I'm looking at him. I'm watching both of them, but I'm primarily focusing on this dude. Rock with me, man. Truck drivers, man. Shout out to you. I went extra hard, extra long today. Pause, double pause, triple pause. I'm listening. I learned to listen. Don't talk so much, just listen. He's talking, what have you. I don't want him to lose his job, man. Like I said, it just maybe he needs some counseling or whatever. So I tell the dude, he didn't calm down. I said, bruh, I ain't even bust the wife out. I ain't even exposed. I said, bruh, I ain't know y'all was married, man. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? This is my wife. He goes through all that. I extend my hand. I apologize. Won't be no more communication as far as on my end. He don't even extend his hand back to shake my hand. Now, the whole time, his wife clearly gave me her number. Clearly. I ain't know she was married. I ain't seen no ring on her finger. I ain't know, And the basis of me telling you all this story is that look how quickly things can go left. There's a saying, shit was all good just a week ago. Sometimes shit was all good just a couple hours ago, a couple minutes ago. He stressed that he didn't want me to lose his job. I guess he calmed down. The OG that was with him, because he was older, I think because he pulled him to the side and they got to talking, I'm standing my ground. And what I think is the OG told him, like, look, man, this ain't no, this dude ain't really no pushover. I'm not hard. I'm not no gangster. I'm not none of that. But at the same time, man, you're not going to just, you see what I'm saying? Like, I do have limitations, I will defend myself at all costs. So I think they, talked the situation out or what have you, and they ended up getting in their car and driving away, man. Nothing happened to me. I kept my job at Burger King because I didn't even do anything. Management supported me. They backed me. And everything ended up being everything. But again, the basis of me telling you all this story is, for one, to let you all know a little bit more about Kenz. Some of the things that I've endured, self-inflicted. Nobody did anything to me. It's self-inflicted, man. And that could have gone left. I know they had a gun on him. I know they did. I never seen a gun. But the way that the dude came in and he was confident, and I'm not no little dude. I'm not tall, but I'm probably like 5'11". No, I'm not 5'11". Hey, Curtis, you gonna quit that shit too in my comments, man. I'm not the self-proclaimed 5'11". I'm 5'9". But most people are about 5'11". But I wasn't no little dude. I've been working out in penitentiary, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been locked up 3 times. You think I'm just in there just, I was a nice-sized dude, just not tall. So for you to come in there with that attitude and that confidence and that demeanor, prior to you even seeing me, you knew what this was about. I'm quite sure y'all had something. I'm glad that it went that way. I'm not glad that it happened, but when I say I'm glad that it went that way, as far as I'm glad that nothing further happened. They got in their car, like I said, drove off, and I lived to see another day. Lived to see another day, man. Street beef is stupid, man. It's stuff that you seeing rappers go through and things in the entertainment industry. You got to understand, some of them dudes get unalived. But for the most part, man, they just talking. It's for publicity, stunts, or what have you. But out here in these real streets, when you're not an entertainer, when you're not a millionaire, when you're not a rapper, when you're not a whatever you want to call it, it gets real. And it gets real quick in the field. Youngsters, man. Youngsters, use that mind that your parents blessed you to have. Don't be so quick to rush to anger. The Bible tells you that. Be slow to anger, man. Just think if I had to just blooped all the way out. I don't know if I'd be here telling you all this story. Maybe I'm in penitentiary. Maybe I'm 6 feet under. I don't know. Use wisdom, man. Be wise about certain situations. Every situation, if you can. Here I am. This woman was flirting with me. You see? But at the end of the day, who was having to explain whose life was in danger at the end of the day? Man. It's crazy, man. I think about that situation, think about that story all the time. I know this dude. I looked at him. If I see him today, I know who he is. Hopefully he don't have no problem with me, because I don't have no problem with him. But you just never know. That happens oftentimes in the streets, man. You think that it's over with. You think that it's buried. You think that the beef is dead. The next thing you know, dude runs up on you. He runs up on you. Hopefully you all took something, got something from this video. I read every comment that you all send me. Every comment. Now I know it'll get to the point, and I'm not trying to sound cocky or anything like that whatsoever, but I know that ultimately it will get to the point to where I can't read every single comment and respond. But until it gets to that point, we're going to ride till the wheels fall off, man. Every comment that you all send, I read. Now, YouTube is kind of funny as far as how the app works. So, sometimes I may not see a comment until, like, for instance, I looked on there today, and it was people that had left comments 2 months ago, and I didn't see them. So, if I don't respond to your comment, don't think, oh, man, he think he's this, he think he's that. No, it doesn't work the way that it would appear to work. Just what it is, man. REALKENZ TV, man. Hopefully you liked the video. Feel free to comment, definitely share. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And be sure to hit that at post notification. Anytime I bring you this action, this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive, man. Shout out to Frankie. Gave me my first opportunity at Burger King when I ain't even have an ID. Didn't even have to hire me, man. You'll forever be in my graces.